Hello friends, welcome to my channel JM Learning. Today we will learn the numericals on KCL and KVL, that is how to solve the numericals based on Kirchhoff's law under the course of Fundamental of Electrical Engineering. Myself is Mr. JM Patil, Senior Lecturer, Electrical Engineering Department, KK Wagh Polytechnic, Nasik. Now, before we take the numerical, we will first revise the statement of both the laws. So, first we will consider the statement of Kirchhoff's law. The Kirchhoff's law statement states that if in any electrical circuit at any node or junction, then the algebraic sum of currents at that node or junction is equal to 0, or in another way we can write the statement as at any node or junction in an electric circuit the total incoming current is equal to total outgoing current, that is summation of the current will be 0. Now, how this law is implemented, that will actually see in the statement. Now, we will consider the statement of KVL. In the statement of KVL, it states that in any closed circuit or mesh, the algebraic sum of all the EMFs and the voltage drop is equal to 0, or we can also write it as in any closed loop or mesh, the total sum of voltage of all EMF sources is equal to the total sum of voltage drop. That means the summation of the EMF of all battery sources plus the summation of the voltage drop across all resistances will be equal to 0. This is the statement of KVL. Now, how these are implemented to solve the numerical, that we will now discuss. For this, we will first consider the statement of the problem. Look at this particular circuit diagram. We have to find out in the circuit diagram the current through 10 ohm resistance, and the circuit diagram contains the two batteries. One battery is of 20 volt while the other battery is of 50 volt. There are two resistances, one is in series with this 20 volt battery, another in series with this 50 volt battery, and both these batteries connected in parallel, and they are again connected in parallel with 10 ohm resistance, and that current we have to find out by use of the Kirchhoff's current law and Kirchhoff's voltage law. So, the first step for this particular given problem is that we have to consider the circuit diagram for solving. That means we must make this diagram be ready for the problem solving. For that, we have to mark the currents on the diagram, that is the branches of this particular circuit diagram. So, if you consider these branches, first we have to mark the nodes, that nodes are A, B, C, D, E, F and A. Now, through the AB branch, the current we have marked is I1. Then for FC branch, the current mark is I2, and while the current that is unknown through the DE branch, that is I3. Now, these resistances shown in this circuit diagram, we are marking it as R1 as 1 ohm, then R2 as 2 ohm and R3 as 10 ohm. The battery voltages we are marking as V1 will be 20 volt, while the second battery voltage, that will be V2, it will be of 50 volt. Here we are considering the current through the branch CD and DE and EF as I3. Now we will move to the next step, that is step number 2. Here we have to write the KCL and KVL base equations. We have already seen the statement of KCL. Now we have to apply that statement for this circuit diagram, and we are taking the node as C. So apply this statement of KCL at the node C. The node C will have two incoming currents. One is coming from the BC branch, another is coming from the FC branch. That is I1 and I2 are the incoming currents, while for node C the outgoing current is I3. It means that as per the KCL statement, the sum of incoming currents must be equal to the sum of outgoing currents. That means the outgoing current I3 flowing through the branch CD must be equal to the sum of the incoming current, that is I1 plus I2. It means KCL gives us this equation, that is I3 is equal to I1 plus I2. Now we will move to the second sub-step, that is applying the KVL to obtain the equations. For this we will consider the loop as A, B, C, D, E, F, A. Here you can observe A, B, C, D, E, F, A. So we can write the equation using the KVL. First we will take this branch AB. Through the branch AB we see that there is only one resistance, that is R1 here. The current is I1, so its voltage drop will be R1 into I1. Now this voltage drop is positive because in the direction of the current the voltage drop is going to fall down. That means on this side there will be higher voltage, while on B node side there will be low voltage. It means that fall in voltage, the IR drop should be taken as positive. Then we will move to the next branches. BC no resistance, CD no resistance, DE is having a resistance, that is R3. The current through DE, as we already obtained from this KCL, I3 is equal to I1 plus I2. So this drop will be R3 into I3. We have put the value of I3 here, that is I1 plus I2. Again this drop will be positive because D will be at higher potential with respect to the node E. That means R1 I1 plus R3 into bracket I1 plus I2 must be equal to the sum of the EMFs. There is only one EMF in this loop, and that is the V1. So that means this sum of the voltage drop will be equal to V1. Now let us put the value of R1, R3 and V1 in this above equation. So we will get that equation and solving it, that is making the similar terms sum up. So we get 11 I1 plus 10 I2 equal to 20. We will call this at our equation 1. This equation 1 we have got from the loop A, B, C, D, E, F, A. Now we have to get one more equations, then only we will be able to solve this numerical. For that we will consider the loop F, C, D, E, F. So this loop F, C, D, E, F. For this particular loop we will again use the KVL to write the equations. In this FC branch there is resistance R2, the current is I2. So drop will be R2 into I2. This drop is again to be considered as positive because there is fall in potential as we move from battery side 50 volt to the node C. Now CD is having no resistances, so no equation will be there. Then DE is having R3 as the resistance. The current is I3, but I3 is equal to I1 plus I2, that we already seen above. It means that we got the equation of voltage drop across R3 as R3 into bracket I1 plus I2. So, this drop will again be positive because D will be at higher potential and with respect to the node E, and this sum of the voltage drops is equal to the sum of EMF in this loop. There is only one EMF of battery 50 volt. So, that it is V2. So, putting the value of resistances and voltages and summing up the similar terms, we will get another equation, that is 10 I1 plus 12 I2 equal to 50. Now, we have got the second equation from the loop FCDF. It means now we are having the two equations 1 and 2. So, our next, that is step third, is to solve these two equations which are simultaneous equation. For that, we have to cancel out one of the term, that is I1 or I2. So, we will be taking here I1 to be cancel out. So, for that we require mathematical functions multiplying the equation 1 by 10 and equation 2 by 11. Then equation 1 will become 110 I1 plus 100 I2 equal to 200. We will call this as equation 3. Then equation 2 be multiplied by 11. We will get that equation 2 be converted as 110 I1 plus 132 I2 equal to 550. That is our equation number 4. Now, subtracting equation 3 from equation 4, then we will get 32 I2 equal to 350 because 110 I1 will cancel out. Then 132 minus 100 will get 32, 550 minus 200 will get 350. Solving this for I2, we will get that current as 10.94 ampere. Let us call it as equation number 5. Now, to get the current I1, substituting equation 5, that is value of I2 from equation 1 we will get. So, equation 1 we are substituting value of I2. So, 11 I1 plus 10, 10 plus 94, we have already made it solved up to certain steps. So, 11 I1 plus 110.4 equal to 20. So, we get by solving this 11 I1 is equal to 20 minus 109.4, that is minus 89.4. So, we get the current I1 as minus 8.13 ampere. Now, we have got these two currents I1 and I2, but we have to calculate the current to 10 ohm resistance. So, we have to do the one more step, that is step number 4 to get the final answer. The current through the 10 ohm resistance is I3 and that is sum of I1 plus I2. So, putting the value of I1 and I2 we get minus 8.13 plus 10.94. So, our final answer for the current through the 10 ohm resistance I3 is 2.81 ampere and that will be flowing from D to E. So, in this way we can apply the KCL and KVL to solve the numerical, that is to find out the current in the branches or current in the given resistance that is present in the circuits. With this, we will conclude this lecture here. I thank you to all of you.